Good morning. Welcome to another session of MCN 201 Sustainable Engineering. In the last class, we had discussed about carbon footprint, carbon trading, etc. And today we will be discussing ISO 14001 framework and its benefits. Before we proceed, just to see this slide, plant a tree even if it is your last deed. So today we are entering module 3 and we will be discussing ISO 14000 and its series. ISO 14000 is a family of standards related to environmental management that exist to help organizations to minimize their environmental impacts, to comply with environmental regulations and laws, to continuously improve the system. The International Organization for Standardization, abbreviated ISO, was formed in 1947. It's a group of voluntary international standards addressing environmental management systems, environmental auditing, environmental labeling, environmental performance evaluation, and life cycle assessment. We will see them one by one. The standards are developed by the International Organization for Standardization and are commonly referred to as ISO 14000 series. ISO considers the following three key principles in developing international standards, and the first one is the consensus. So the view of all the parties are taken into account, like manufacturers, vendors, customer groups, laboratories, governments, professionals, research organizations. Secondly, industry-wide applicability. So these draft standards are made to satisfy industries and customers worldwide. And thirdly, its voluntary nature. These standards are developed and are voluntary. So their acceptance by industry is market-driven and based on voluntary involvement of all the interests in the marketplace. So what are the principles of ISO 14000? Understand all activities and processes being undertaken by the organization. Identify the potential impact associated with various processes involved in the organization. So maybe it is a industry, there must be various processes. So identify the potential impact associated with various processes. Then to determine processes, procedure, operation, steps that can be controlled to eliminate or minimize the likelihood of an occurrence of the adverse impact. So how to reduce the impact or completely eliminate the impact. Identify the regulatory requirements and establish target levels and tolerances, and establish a monitoring mechanism to ensure control of these aspects. Establish corrective actions after monitoring. Then establish a system of emergency preparation and for meeting such exigencies. Establish procedure for verification to confirm that EMS is working effectively in compliance with regulations and recording continuous improvement. Establish documentation concerning all procedures and records appropriate to these principles and their application. The objective is a higher level environmental goal. A target is a measurable performance requirements. So when establishing and reviewing its objectives and targets, so the organization shall take into account the legal requirements and other requirements to which the organization subscribes and its significant environmental aspects. Let us see an overview of ISO 14000 series. So the first one is the Environmental Management System. It is a specification document for requirements for certification, ISO 14001. Then Environmental Auditing, EA. So guidelines and general principles and auditing procedures, numbered ISO 14010 and 14011 and 14012 for qualification criteria for environmental auditors. Environmental labeling standards 14,020 to 15,024. Environmental performance evaluation, these are evaluation guidelines for environmental performance, ISO 14031. And finally the life cycle assessment, LCA, various tools for environmental evaluation, ISO 14040 to 14043. Now ISO 14001 corresponds to the Environmental Management System, or abbreviated EMS. It refers to the management of an organizational environmental planning in a comprehensive, systematic, planned and documented manner. EMS is a system and database which integrate procedures and processes for training of personnel, monitoring, summarizing and reporting of specialized environmental performance information to internal and external stakeholders of the firm. It is a completely voluntary standards of the private sector. However, implementation may become mandatory under various national and international agreements. The standard is a system standard that specifies a framework for reducing environmental burdens. The environmental performance to be achieved by the system is set and pursued by the organization itself. It is the only specification by which environmental management systems are examined for external third-party certifications or compliance with the organization's stated environmental mission. It can apply to all the organizations, regardless of sector or size. It can be implemented at the company level as well as the factory or office level, at national and local government levels as well as at financial institutions. It can be applicable for all activities. The core elements of ISO 14001 EMS are environmental policy, planning, implementation and operation, monitoring, evaluation and review. So an environment policy is usually a published written statement expressing the commitment of the management to improve the environmental performance. The policy provides an overall indication of key issues to be addressed. The contents and the structure depends on the nature and the business. Then planning. EMS requires that the system should be in the form of written plan or manual giving details of work and procedures. So planning essentially translates the environmental policies of the organization into objectives and targets and identifies the activities to achieve them. Then the implementation and operation. An organization should have support and capabilities for achieving objectives and targets set out in policy and plan. It requires the commitment of all the employees. It requires environmental awareness of the staff in general and environmental training for those involved in EMS. Monitoring and evaluation. This mechanism is for measuring performance and evaluation for which a process has to be evolved. A regular monitoring system has to be established, and also a periodic audit has to be carried out. The final is the review stage. The organization has to think in terms of continuous improvement of environmental performance. The review is very important because it undertakes an in-depth analysis of all the issues of environmental concern. So if any objective has not achieved or not achievable, so these objectives has to be changed or modified. So all these reviews and findings must be documented. Here you can see the ISO 14001 EMS model, and basically 4 things are done: planning, do, check and act. So you can see, define the policies, then identify various aspects with regards to product, service and activities, then identify objectives, targets and programs, check with the legal requirements, then implementation and operation. Checking involves monitoring and measurement, preventive correction action, records, auditing. Implementation and operation requirements are listed here. So it involves roles, responsibilities, competence, training, awareness, communication, document and operational control, and emergency preparedness. Then finally it comes to the review side of the management, and after review they have to find improvement techniques to reduce or prevent the pollution, and then modify the policies accordingly. What are the benefits of EMS? Increase the acceptance from financial institutions, banks, insurance, etc. It improves industry-government relationship, improve environmental performance and increase productivity of man and machine, meet customers' environmental expectations and maintaining good public relations, improves health and safety of workers and boost morale of employees, increase international trade and business, regulatory compliance, risk reduction and a lower rate of regulatory enforcement, identifies new areas of cost reduction and improvement, includes opportunities for greening the supplier and network chain, energy and other resource reduction, including minimization of waste generation. These are some of the references. There are a lot of references in the internet. Please go through them. And with that, I am Dr. Unnikrishnan PC signing off. Thank you very much.